Setting the Sentinel radio aside and going back to the Hitachi for a little bit.
Good morning, YouTube. Here with you at 11:08 in the morning on a Tuesday. That's Tuesday morning. I have been to the license branch here in town and picked up I didn't pick them up, but I got my plate on order for my Toyota, and for my last name, our plates expire in, I think it's the 7th of March, something like that, around that period. And so rather than renew the Cavalier and then transfer that, I just bought a new plate for the Toyota and let the Cavalier plate expire. Got that done. I got to tell you, this was the best experience I ever had at the BMV. I walked in the front. Well, now let me tell you this first. I may have mentioned this. I think I did. I went to the branch yesterday, and it was closed. So anyway, that was kind of a bummer. But I told Bob this morning. I said I might wait until Wednesday, because usually the first day after they're open, after they've been closed for a couple days, they're a little bit busy, and so I waited. I waited till about, it was almost 10 o'clock by the time I got there. And so I walked in the front door, and you always get a number, you know how that works. And I'm trying to get this piece of wire out of the crack. But anyway, you get a number, and you have a seat and wait for the number to be called. Well, I picked up my number. It was 42, and I walked over towards the seats where you wait, and I had not even sat down. They said 42. So I went over and I told the girl, I said, that's the first time I ever had that happen. Just walk in the door and sit down like this. And she said, well, we were really busy earlier. So I timed that just right. And she asked me a few questions. Wanted to see my driver's license and get the information off it. And boom, bang, zip, I was on my way in no time. I was really surprised. Of course, it wasn't without cost. That's always where they get you. I think it was around $50 for the plate. But she insisted on giving me another temporary tag, because she didn't think my plate would be back in time, so I got another temporary tag. But anywho, that was that. So I got that done. I'm glad that's out of the way, so I have nothing else to do today but play around here in the shop if I want, and I may do that. I think I showed you the parts for the Hitachi. Now, they looked pretty good yesterday. I'm sure they're done today, and what my plan is to get them off, take that brush and brush them off, and then rinse them off and basically dry them off, see what I have, and then we'll go from there. But I think I'm pretty sure I know how that goes now. That phenolic board is missing part of that. I think the other end of it is a little bit longer and covers that hole. And I think that one of those springs attaches to the phenolic, and the other one attaches to the actual metal of the board. So obviously there's two separate, two separate connections there. Now, I think the other end is two separate connections also on the positive end. So I'll have to look at the schematic and figure out which way it goes and go from there. But I think that won't be a problem. Obviously, it's 6 volts, so should not be a problem. Also, if I have time and get it done, I plan on testing the tubes for the Sentinel radio. There's the one I had, the 50 B5 maybe. I don't remember which one. I've got 2 of them here. One's 50 C5, one's a 50 B5. I think this is C5 here. But I think this is the one that has a bad filament. We'll put it in the tester just to see what it does. But I probably won't show all the tests unless one of them's bad. If they all test pretty good, then I probably won't even bother showing it. But I just saw that bypass was flipped again. I want to show that, put that back like it was supposed to be. I need to put something on that side to grab my attention to where, you know, if it's in that position, it shouldn't be there. Maybe some orange fluorescent paint or green fluorescent or something like that. And that way it'll stand out and I'll see it, and then I'll flip it over the other way or something. That might be a good thing to do. Anyway, this is going to do that, I guess. We're going to get on to looking at the Hitachi stuff, and we'll go from there. Alright, what you see in front of you is the parts from the Hitachi, and you will notice they look pretty darn good. This is the good end, obviously that, but like I said, they're nice and shiny, and that's the back side. It's not as shiny, but it's good enough. It's got all the corrosion off of it, so that's that end. Now the wire was on this one here. It came off, this red wire, but I'll put that back on. It's not a big deal. Like I said, now these are separate. You can tell the phenolic parts that you know, hold them away from the metal part, and so that's actually the same as the other end, and I didn't realize that, but it is. This is the other end. Now I thought these metal clips here that came up and grabbed the spring were from this, but they're not. They're from on the phenolic, and they go to these metal parts here, which is what holds the spring on. And again, the same thing with this one, I'm sure. So I need to make another piece like this to come all the way over here to the end, much like this one. It's pretty much the same. If you look at them, it's not that much difference in them. You got your rivet in the middle, you got your end part that holds the board down, and then on this end is nothing really that holds it, because if you look on the back of that, there's nothing there. It's just the way this is set up. Now that's the one I'm going to have to make, is this piece here to match basically this one, and I think that's all you really need. And then I'll have to have another piece like that. Now I'm hoping that's in there. If that piece is still here somewhere, you know, in that box, and if it was in the back, then I think I can go ahead and just use that and make my notches in the phenolic material, and I think everything will be fine. And again, I have to find a rivet. I may have screws that's small enough. If I have screws, I'll probably use screws, but we'll figure that out. So that's what I'm going to be working on, is this replacement for this. Alright, I have this drilled out now. It is loose from the metal part, and so this, once it comes off, I can make a copy of it, hopefully. Now I was going to do the other one, but then I don't want to have to make two new rivets and stuff, so I'm trying to do this one. There we go. Clean the underneath side of that rivet's still in there. I got to get it all out the rest of the way. Clean that out a little bit. In fact, I may just dump that into the vinegar right now and let that work on that a little bit while we're waiting for another piece. This is, like I say, this is the one I need to make. I need a piece like that metal piece right there, and I need this piece here with the hole, and basically shape, and it'll have two divots here, and then you can see right there is the start of the other one on the other end, and one there and there, and then this board will extend on out, and that'll be the easy part, I think. So anyway, that's what I'm doing, or where I'm going, or what I'm having to do. So let me get back to work on this, and I'll bring you back when I have a new replacement. Alright, what I've got here is the replacement. Now I know it's got a lot of those little pads on there. I'm going to take those off, but you can see the other side's fine. I could probably get away with leaving those on there because I don't think they bother it that much. Let me show you how much the size There's the length. Whoops. You can see the length there. It's almost exactly right. And the width is almost exactly right also. So this should work very well. I was looking for the other metal piece. I'm thinking, what did I do with the other metal piece? And I could not remember that I put it back into the vinegar. So I'm gonna let that soak in there a little bit, and I'll take a little break. Well, I won't take a break. I'll just take and put all or get all those little pads off there. Basically, you just take a knife and utility knife, and they come right off. So, all right, back with you again. I have this all marked out. Point this out here. Get that out of the way a second. This is the center hole for the rivet. This is where the what do you call it go? The metal pieces, like right here. Those metal pieces will go here and here on this side. I'll take that cutting wheel and just notch on each one of those. There are already a notch there, but I mean, you know, notch it a little bit more. So now the hard part is going to be, I think, getting this out. Now I've got my soldering iron heating up. I think what that looks like to me is just solder in there, and I already broke off a little piece of the spring. I don't know if you can see that one right there, but I thought maybe it would push out there, but I think those are soldered in, which, you know, probably makes sense. And so if I can get this one out, I think at least if I don't have the other one, I can make another one from this. Yeah, I think that will work out. Like I say, we'll know more when I get this undone and get it off. Alright, as I stated, that was solder. And I managed to unsolder it. And you can tell there and there it was hooked behind that thing. There's the piece that holds that in. That should be easy enough to get back in and get a new piece of spring on it, I think. Now, like I say, if I can find this one, great. If I can't, it's going to be a little tricky making one of those, but not impossible. Nothing's impossible. Alright, as mentioned, I looked in the parts that I even looked in the little pill bottle. I had all the little screws and things in. There was no such animal in there. It may even be on the spring, come to think of it, but I didn't see the spring in there. So I don't know. I thought there was another piece of spring. In fact, two pieces of spring, but unless they're in that vinegar, and I just didn't see them. But anyway, this piece here that I found on the floor will work. It just needs a little trimming, but it's about the same. It may be a little thinner, but it's just a little, I guess, pot metal, whatever you call it. But anyway, it should work. And if not, you know, I got to thinking about it. A piece of wire would do exactly the same thing, and may even work better. Just a thin piece of wire across there, and in those divots, and, you know, solder to the spring, it would work perfect. So if I may try that first, the wire, because this is going to take a little more doing to do, and at least I have that if I do need it. So that's where I'm going with that, and we will bring you back later. Alright, well, while fishing around in the vinegar for this piece here, I found this. And this is the other spring, and it does have the piece on there. Now, as I thought about this, you know, I'm really thinking the way to go here is with this piece of wire. I just, that looks so much easier to mess with than these pieces. I might put that one back on because it's already been desoldered and all that stuff. But this one here, I'll save it back in case I want to use it. But now there's nothing really wrong with either one of them springs. The corrosion all came off of them. They're copper colored, and they're just fine. I could actually just use it as it is, but I have to, you know, get that back into the new piece, and it'd have to come apart. But I'm going, like I say, I'm going to use the new ones, and we'll go from there. So, all right, we are back again. It is now 12:54 in the afternoon. It is still Tuesday. This is what I came up with. Now, it's not done, obviously, but I think you will see the will work out just fine. That's where the, what do you call it's going to sound a little bit more over that way, but I had trimmed that pop rivet down just a little bit to get it to work, but it'll be right there, and there's another one right there. Like I said, there's plenty of room in there to get that, and that, like I say, even if one of them touched, it really wouldn't matter. It's just that backing plate, but it sits in plastic, so it's pretty much you know, not touch anything else. So next step is to put the new ones in with a piece of wire, and like I said, there's one piece of wire that I was thinking about using right there. But yeah, that's gonna work good. I really like that. I think what I'm going to do is put the wire in on the spring, solder it into the spring, and then I'll bend it, put it through the holes, and solder it on the back side. That's what I plan to do anyway. But this worked out really good. I'm happy with the way that ended up working. I had a pop rivet, was just about the right size. I had to drill out the holes just one extra size. It wasn't very big. But I did have to shave that down, but like I said, it should be fine. No problem. I think this should work just fine. I keep putting that in too close. You can't see what I'm looking at. But I think that's going to do it. The only problem that I think I might have is where these fit in. But I've been looking at the what-do-you-call-it, and I think they'll be fine. Like I said, it matches the other one. So, you know, I don't know how else you could do it. Really, let's see this way, I guess. So, you know, if it doesn't work, I mean, I can come up with something else, but I think this will work just fine. It matches pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, here's the thing I got to do: find the new springs. You know, I got them. I showed you when I got them, but they're probably in a box somewhere. And I've got new parts in several boxes that I just keep so I'll know where they're at. That's the plan anyway. But I am going to take a break now. I think I will probably finish this up later on this evening. I'll probably make a video out of this, and like I say, it will be posted probably tomorrow. But in case I get it done, I may go ahead and post this one today and then post the other one tomorrow or something like that. But that's the plan, and that's the way it's working. Now this, that's another thing I wanted to mention. I can ground that down quite a bit if I have to. I don't know what's behind that, and you know, because this one has nothing there. It's completely other than these sides, you know. So I don't know how much that's going to have to be. But like I said, that wheel will take that down all the way down until there's practically nothing there if I need to. So. Alright, that's going to do it. You guys have a pleasant afternoon. Thanks for watching, and we will see ya.